I'm Olivia, and today I'm here with Sophia and Alessia, and we're going to be talking about things we packed for our VBT or ASC surgeries. If you want to learn more about the surgeries that we had and learn about our stories, check out our first video. It'll be linked in the description box below. We either had VBT or ASC, but this could also go for spinal fusion or other spine surgeries. It could even go for just other hospital stays in general. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful to you. Feel free to ask us questions in the comments below. We'd love to pass on what we've learned to you guys. So with that, let's get into the video.
My first tip is definitely not to overpack, because the things I'm mentioning in this video were the only things that I actually used a lot. There might have been like a few other things I used like just once, but these were like the main things.
I would recommend packing everything into a bag. So this isn't the actual bag that we use, but it's about a good size for it. Just a backpack. So in my situation, we had flown up to New Jersey, and we had like a room at the Ronald McDonald House, and then we went to the hospital for the surgery. So you want all the stuff that you pack for once you're out of the hospital, just leave that at the hotel or the home or wherever you are. And then get a hospital bag that you can fit all your hospital stuff into. It's not a very big room, so try to just contain it to one, maybe two bags. And so you're gonna put everything into the bag.
The first one is grippy socks. I don't know the technical term for them, but they're basically little socks with little grippies on the bottom, just to help you keep traction and keep your feet warm too.
The first thing I used a lot was chapstick, to make sure my lips weren't chapped. I definitely preferred this one, just because when I woke up from surgery, my lips were super swollen, especially like my top lip. It was like all the way up here, and I could like barely close my mouth. And so it was sort of hard to put it on my lips because I couldn't like get it on my finger to rub it in. With this, I just had to open it and I could press it onto my finger to put on my lips, and my lips were never chapped. So this is a must-have, definitely.
The next one is a phone, and since I'm currently filming this on mine, I brought my old iPhone 5. It's really helpful just to kind of cure your boredom. So it's just nice to, be able to connect with your friends and talk to people.
So the next thing is a DVD, and I know what you're thinking. Why do we need DVDs? I have my phone, I have YouTube, whatever. But you might not want to be looking down at your phone the whole time, because that kind of hurt my neck right after surgery. So check with your hospital and see if they have a DVD player, and then bring your favorite DVD or movie. And that way you can look up at the TV. A lot of the TVs are movable, so you can put it right at the right angle where it doesn't hurt your neck or your back or anything to look at it.
And then the next thing I liked was this face moisturizer to make sure my face was it didn't have dry skin or anything. And also I was pale sometimes, and I don't know, this just helped with that. So yeah, this was a good thing.
The next thing I'm gonna recommend is a really loose nightgown. So this was so great to have. You don't want to be in the hospital gown the whole time. You could, but it's so much nicer to have your own really comfortable nightgown. This is so soft and comfortable. And what we actually did, my aunt actually made this for me, is she cut open the back and put just a couple snaps at the back. So that way you don't even have to lift your arms up over your head to try to get it over your head, which is really hard to do right after surgery. But I was able to get into this the first or second time that I stood up. It was super easy to get into, especially with the snaps at the back. But even if you just had a normal nightgown that was really big, you could probably get into it somehow. Or something that buttons in the front or the back, or that zips in the front or the back, is going to be easier. That way you don't have to put your arms up right after surgery.
And another one is chargers. Like I said, you're probably gonna be there for at least a few nights. So what's helpful during that is to be able to charge your electronics.
The next thing I found super helpful was these facial cleansing towelettes, because at the hospital for the first 2 days, they didn't let me drink water or eat anything. And see, I threw up on the first day, and so this was just super helpful to wipe my mouth and just wipe my face on a daily basis to keep it clean.
The next thing that I'm going to recommend is a heating pad. Now, the hospital does have ice and stuff for you, but they might not have a heat pad, and they also might not have an extension cord, so you could also bring one of those. You want to have your own pain relief other than the pills, because you are going to be on medication, but there's also going to be like, maybe your chest tube area is sore or another part of your back is sore. You're going to want a heat pad to put directly on that. And I still use this if my back is flaring up even years after surgery.
Yeah, the next thing was like super helpful. These Colgate whisps. They're like little toothbrushes, and they were so good because, like, as I said, I threw up on the first day and they didn't let me drink water after that. So they let me brush my teeth with this and just rinse my mouth. So two things super cool about this is, number one, it's super tiny and travel size. And the next thing is it already has toothpaste on it. So I didn't have to like go to the bathroom or anything, you know, to do it. I could just lay in the bed and do it.
The next one is headphones, and try to make them wireless because with all the IVs and wires that you're hooked up to already after surgery, it's gonna be really hard to try and find your headphone wire in that. So it's more helpful if they're wireless, especially because, you know, they can get tangled a lot. But here's some my AirPods.
And then the next thing I also got from Walmart was this fan. This was the only one I could find. I know it's for boys, but it's fine because I got like super nauseous at the hospital a lot. I only ended up throwing up once, which was thankful for that, but this was super helpful when I had nausea. It just helped cool me down. And so, yeah.
This is something that we didn't really take into consideration, but also we were flying, so it was harder to take into consideration, is pillows. So the hospital obviously is going to have everything that you need to get comfortable. They're going to have all the pillows you could ever want or need, or at the hotel or at your house afterwards. You might want to try a body pillow. Maybe we'll do a whole other video about tips for like getting comfortable after surgery. But for the ride home from surgery and just for sitting up in chairs when you're out of the hospital, and yeah, especially in like the cab or the car after your surgery, you're gonna want a pillow and you're gonna wanna make sure it's nice and flat. And I just put this behind my back on the way home in the car. You know, you might not think now that the chairs in your car are like rock solid, but that's what it feels like when you've been basically laying down the whole time in like a really cushy bed, and then you have to go to the car, like the chair in the car. It's much harder and it feels really hard on your back at first if you don't have a pillow. And then I also brought a little pillow pet, which I kind of just brought for fun, but it was actually really helpful to put under my head kind of to rest my neck because my neck was kind of having issues. And having a little pillow like this is just really easy to like put behind your neck and make sure that you're in a really comfortable position.
And then the next thing I found super helpful was this squishmallow. It may look like an ordinary stuffed animal, but trust me, it's not. When you wake up from surgery, they'll give you like a spirometer, like a breathing machine, and when you like breathe, it hurts, and when you cough, for me, it hurt like a lot. And so when I was coughing, I just like to squeeze it here, and then like it didn't hurt as bad. And so yeah, I got this for like $10 or $15 at Walgreens. So that was a definite must-have.
The last item for me is an iPad. And make sure that you have a bunch of games on there that you're gonna play, because obviously your phone's gonna die and sometimes it's just better to use a bigger screen.
And then my last thing I used like all the time was this fuzzy blanket. Any fuzzy blanket will do. I just like to have my own fuzzy blanket. It wasn't like cold there. It was just like comforting, I guess. So yeah, that was super nice. Okay, one more thing. I don't have like an example for it, but just a snack to encourage eating. On the third day when they finally allowed me to eat, their hospital food was like not very good at all, and so I didn't eat much of it. And I wasn't like hungry necessarily, but yeah, I probably, if I would have brought in a snack, that probably would have been helpful just to help me start my eating. So I ended up eating Chipotle, but you know, it was just something to eat. So yeah, if you just bring like a snack maybe to help you start eating, that would probably be super helpful.
So those are our packing tips, guys. If you have any questions about surgery in general, or if there's something that you might need to pack, whether or not you need to bring it, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If we forgot anything, if you're a scoliosis warrior that's already had surgery and you're like, I know something that was really helpful to me that they didn't mention, leave it in the comments below, and maybe people can check that out and see if there's anything else that they're forgetting. Share this video with someone that you know that's going into the hospital or into surgery, or someone who has scoliosis. Guys, remember, so many people have scoliosis. You are not alone. Stay tuned for our next video, and we'll see you later. Bye!